Friends, welcome to Freedom Homestead. I'm Tangi and welcome to my video in the Crocktober Extravaganza collaboration started by my good friend Amanda over at The Beals and my other good friend Lisa over at Sutton's Days.
What makes your garden grow? Water and sunshine. What makes your spirit grow? Knowing that she'll be mine.
This is an amazing collaboration. If you are like me and you rely heavily on your slow cooker and your Instapot to bring your family healthy, nutritious, quick meals, then you are going to love this collaboration. This whole month, every single day, a different channel has brought a slow cooker or an Instapot meal. And so at the end of the month, you're gonna have 30 delicious slow cooker and Instapot meals that you can add to your rotation. So today I am going to be sharing with you a recipe that's not a soup, it's not a stew. In fact, you don't even have to eat it in a bowl. It's a good stick to your ribs dinner that is healthy and it's kind of a nice change for just a regular chicken slow cooker meal. So I'm gonna bring you over here, show you what we're going to put into it, and if you will stay to the end, I'm going to tell you about a giveaway going on with the extravaganza that you're not going to want to miss out on. All right, so let's get to cooking. Okay, so here are the things that you need to make this delicious meal. You need a few pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You can also use boneless, skinless thighs. I'm using one white sweet onion, one 12-ounce jar of artichoke hearts that have been quartered and drained. I'm also using an 8.5-ounce jar of sun-dried tomatoes that have been packed in oil with herbs, and we're going to use the whole jar. I'm also going to use maybe about 10 cloves of garlic. I mean, we love garlic and I'm going to use a ton of it. I'm also going to season with basil. This is our homegrown basil, our homegrown oregano, some salt, and I also have some baby spinach. We're going to add about 8 ounces toward the end. So let me show you how we're going to layer this into our slow cooker. You're going to notice that I have my slow cooker lined. This is the slow cooker liners that you can get at Aldi. They're BPA free. And this is an awesome, awesome kitchen helper. Really cuts down on the cleaning. Okay, so like I said, I have a few pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I have actually cut in half because these are large and I want them to not only cook in a few hours, because I will be cooking these on high and hopefully they'll be done by dinner time, but also I want as much surface area as possible so that this chicken can absorb all of the delicious flavors in this dish. On top of this chicken, I'm going to sprinkle on my diced onions. And of course, if you don't like onions, you don't have to add it. It's not going to make or break the dish, but we love onions. All right, and then on top of that, I'm going to press my garlic. You can also use the jars of minced garlic. Anytime I use those, I just take a spoon and I heap and heap and heap to my heart's content. To me, there really should not be a limit on how much garlic you put in a dish. This is our homegrown garlic. If you do not have a garlic press but love fresh garlic, you are doing yourself a disservice. My sister sells Pampered Chef, and I got one of these from one of her parties. And it is one of the, again, a fantastic kitchen helper. We just planted our fall garlic that we can harvest in the late spring. Got a clove that went rogue. All right. Beautiful. All right, now we're just going to take our artichoke hearts and just put them in there, kind of spread them around. Now there is artichokes that are canned with herbs, but I would not use those because the brine will change the flavor of your dish. So just stick to the sun-dried tomatoes with herbs, but if you can't find that, then just add your own. Add your own herbs. I'd actually used some of this to make a Tuscan pizza. I just used a few of the tomatoes, but now we're gonna use the rest of these. And my husband actually doesn't love big chunks of tomato, so he can easily pick these out if he doesn't want it. Now we're gonna season these up and get this going. I'm gonna use, I guess I'm gonna eyeball it, probably about a teaspoon or so, maybe a teaspoon and a half of salt. I like to buy it in bulk. I get it off Amazon. This is our homegrown oregano. You can see I don't have a lot because it dehydrates down to nothing. You don't have to add this. And I'm gonna add a couple of healthy pinches of basil. Again, you don't have to. If I had fresh, but all of our basil in the garden is done. So I'm just using what we grew and dehydrated. So that looks so good. Can you see that? Look at that. Okay, perfect. So now I'm just gonna put my lid on, and like I said, I want this to be ready for dinner time, and I am starting this right after lunchtime. So I'm gonna put this on high. Now, if I had started it this morning, was gonna work and wanted it done by the time I got home, I would put it on low. So you're looking at on high. If your chicken is thawed out, it's probably gonna take about 3 to 4 hours. If your chicken is frozen, of course, you're gonna need to add some time to that. If you're gonna cook it on low, it's gonna be about 6 to 8 hours, depending on whether or not your chicken is frozen and depending on how large the breasts are. And again, I cut mine in half, so that should shorten the cooking time. About 30 minutes before the chicken is done. And that's when we're going to add in the spinach, and it's also when we're gonna go ahead and start the sides. I better plug this in. I'm so glad I just noticed that. Tell me in the comment section below, have you ever put something in your slow cooker, left to go somewhere, come back only to realize that you forgot to plug in your slow cooker? I've done that so many times. I'm not proud of it. I'm just saying, I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'll get it together here in a minute. I forgot to tell you to add pepper. I added probably about a half a teaspoon of fresh cracked black pepper to this. So since I'm full of mistakes, I'm gonna put the ingredients list down in the description box. So that way, if I forgot anything else, it'll all be there. Friends, it has been about 3 hours, coming up on 3 hours. And y'all, this smells so, so good. So I went ahead and turned this down to low because I just checked the internal temperature of one of the chicken breasts, and it's already cooked all the way through. So here I have this beautiful 16 ounce container of baby spinach that I got from Sam's Club, and I'm actually going to use half of it because y'all know how baby spinach cooks down to nothing. Okay, so I'm going to give this a stir, and while we are waiting for the baby spinach to cook down, I'm going to work on my sides, and you guys are going to get a twofer because I'm going to show you how I'm going to cook my potatoes. I was going to do roasted, but I decided to do them in my electric pressure cooker. All right, so here we go. So I have an Avalon Bay. They sent me this back a couple of years ago. And down in the in this, I have the steam basket. So I have my red skin potatoes that I have already washed, and this one had like a yucky spot, so I just cut it off. Anyway, so I'm doing 8 potatoes. That's 2 per person in my household. That's it right there. And I'm gonna add a cup of water down at the bottom, and that's going to steam the potatoes. So I've got it closed and putting my valve on. That's the open position. That is the closed position. Then we're going to turn this on to, we're going to do manual. And then we're going to do this for 10 minutes. Okay, and we're going to do this on high pressure. All right. So I'm going to move this out from under the cabinets. I'm going to do a quick release on it, and then I'll show you what I do next. It smells so good, y'all. Okay, so yeah, the spinach is wilting down nicely. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off because now I could, if I knew the potatoes would take a really long time, I could just put this on warm, but I'm gonna turn it off. There's enough heat in here with the lid that it'll be just fine. So the electric pressure cooker is almost done. We're on the final minute, and I'm gonna let it just kind of hang out for a minute. My daughter, who she works at a cafe and she loves cooking and everything, so she told me that she's gonna take over from here. So yeah, I'm gonna show you what she's going to do with him next. Okay, so Emily has decided to make smashed potatoes. And what do you have in here, Em?
So it's olive oil and then some pink Himalayan salt and some crushed pepper. What is it? It's from the crack. It's
Cracked black pepper.
cracked black pepper.
You're trying that again. Take your time. Emily is talking to her friend. You guys know Brianna. Oh, where'd she go? Never mind. Oh, say hi.
Hi.
Okay,
so it's olive oil,
pink
Himalayan salt, cracked black pepper,
cracked black
pepper,
Okay.
garlic powder.
It's our homegrown basil that we've dehydrated. So what do we do next?
So then we're going to take the potatoes and then put them on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper and smash them.
All right, so we'll come back to that. There they are. You can tell just by looking at them that they are perfectly cooked.
So now we're going to put them on this. And we have the oven preheated to 450 degrees. Oh my gosh.
What?
I made a dent in her. Oh no! Oh no! I flipped it! So now we're gonna take just a mason jar and smash them. It doesn't matter if they fall apart like that because, yeah.
Killing them.
It's okay. What are you doing to my potatoes? It's my turn.
Now she has absolutely obliterated my potatoes. I can't wait to see what she does next. This is the yummy oil mixture she made a little while ago. She's basting it on the potatoes. All right, so it's been what, about 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell they're really nice and golden brown. Well, they're looking nice and golden brown on the bottom. Are we still gonna have to put them back in?
Yeah. You want them to get crispy.
So she's gonna turn these. We're gonna pop them back in the oven for what, like 5 more minutes?
5 or 10.
10 more minutes till they're good and golden brown and crispy. And then we'll be putting it up. There they are, folks. They look fabulous. All right, so we're gonna plate some up. It's time to eat. Okay, so here is the plate on my chicken. I'm gonna put on some Parmesan cheese. And on my potato, I'm gonna do some sour cream, bacon bits. I'm gonna go ahead and put some, I've got some white sharp cheddar here. One variation that you can do with this is you could put a block of cream cheese in there and serve it over pasta. That would be a really great way to fix this. You could go ahead and shred all the chicken, put this on a toasted hoagie with some mozzarella cheese, and then press it and grill it on both sides. That would be fantastic. This also freezes really well, so if you make a bunch and your family's not going to finish it all, go ahead and put half of it in the freezer and eat the other half. Or you could put all of the ingredients except for the spinach into a freezer bag, and then boom, you've got you a freezer meal. Okay, so if you stayed to the end, that means that you have earned the giveaway information. So down in the description box, I have the link to the Facebook group where you can go and join, and in there is where you can get the information to enter to win the slow cooker, which is a crock pot, or an instant pot, because I know they've been giving those away throughout the month. Plus, being in there, you're gonna get access to all kinds of tips, tricks, and more recipes. Tomorrow is the start of week 5 of the Crocktober Extravaganza, and Frugal Fit Mom is kicking it off. She is starting off Sweets Week. So definitely be sure to check her out. And again, we've got the playlist there. Go to the group. We're going live in there. We're doing all kinds of fun things. So just be sure to check it out. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to hit subscribe if you aren't subscribed to our channel already. Here at Freedom Homestead, we are all about sharing our life, our love of liberty, and our pursuit for preparedness. And we would love to have you come along and hang out with us. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to be vigilant, be prayerful, and be prepared. God bless. Bye, guys.